Okay, let's get this show on the road. I can't wait for this. This is going to be a good training. Get us all connected. If you're watching this on the replay, know that I need to get us live streaming. There we go. Alexa, stop. Turn my Alexa off. Okay, yes. And we are being live streamed. Awesome. I just walked in from the gym training. I did a live training this morning for my 90-day or 12-week people in the gym training. I did a live training this. So I've been already very, very busy this morning. Welcome. I hope everyone is having an amazing experience of this 5-day challenge. I really enjoy these because it's just, that first step let me take those off, forget those. It's really that first step to making different choices and embracing just a different lifestyle, a new way of living, things that I know I didn't know. I didn't know a lot of these when I was younger. I didn't even think about fast food not being good for me. There's just so much knowledge over the years of experience that I've gained that I had to go through it. I had to start at square one, just like everybody else. People who you see are successful, they weren't just there, they worked to get there. And we all had our obstacles and excuses and reasons to not continue on. I know I did. I had 5 kids, married, businesses. To take care of my own health and fitness, it took a lot of conscious effort. And in trying to, I kind of almost hid it from my family because I didn't want them to think that I was taking time away from them for me, and that's a terrible way of thinking right now that I look at that, but that's where I was at. I felt guilty. I felt this is my job. This is my job to take care of my family, take care of these kids, to be his support, all of those things. And I would kill myself to do that and to be that. But I neglected myself so much to the point where I was really circling the drain. I did not have an ounce of energy. I had tons of back pain. I was under an extreme amount of stress. I did not get good sleep. I just didn't take care of me inside and out. And I paid a high price for that. I went to doctors trying to figure out what's wrong with me. What do I got going on here? My T9, my L, whatever it was, I was just searching for a diagnosis of some sort because I was doing so bad. And then I was given pain meds. And if anybody's ever dealt with debilitating back pain and you just get desperate. You get desperate and you've got all these children to take care of and things to do and responsibilities to handle that you're just grateful for the relief. And I did that for 3 years. I was put on an anti-anxiety medication, that good stuff, that Xanax. I was put on an antidepressant. I was put on Ambien, the sleep medication. Like I was taking all of these all at the same time from the same doctor, and never was told of the lethal combination that possessed. And I was just so grateful for the relief that, and I did try other means, but that was not the source of my problem, and I really had to nip in the bud the source of the problem, which was the high levels of stress that I was under and the lack of self-care that I was doing. I was trying to run my own business as well as my spouse running his business. Like I've always loved being an entrepreneur and supporting that in my spouse, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication and sacrifice. And I get that. And I get the sacrifice that people make for their jobs and professions and for their families. You know, if you are the sole breadwinner, or you're the one that holds the insurance on the family, and you have an extremely taxing job, which doesn't give you any time for you, doesn't give you any time to food prep. Are you kidding? There's no way. I barely can go through the drive-through in enough time to go get little Johnny from soccer practice and then get Susie to her piano practice. And then by the time I get home, it's already past dinner time and I'm so exhausted. I haven't even gotten out of my work clothes, and my husband wants some time, or my wife wants some time. You know, there's just, I'm going to plug my computer in because it just gave me a notification. I don't want to lose you. You know, there's just endless excuses and reasons. I get it. I have had them, but they're not worth you and your health. And today I've talked about the portion control and the working out and a little bit of mindset stuff, but right now we're going to talk about how do you keep going? How do you, when you've got life going on all around you and things pulling you a million different directions, how do you still prioritize yourself? And the answer is not pretty. It's not sexy. It's not trivial. You just do. It's a discipline. It's a decision. It is reminding yourself of the why. And it can be for your kids. That's fine to do things for your kids, but it's still not enough. You need to be able to do it for you and for the things that it's going to provide for you, then to be there for your kids. But it really, ultimately, it's not to be able to serve your family even more. You want to be okay. Your family wants you to be okay. And you may not be okay right now. It may not have been okay for a really long time for you. And I'm here to tell you that taking that time to dedicate to getting your nutrition and your exercise on point, your mental health, whether it be journaling or just getting a massage every 2 weeks, getting chiropractic care, acupuncture, getting in with a trainer, you know, maybe that helps you mentally. Whatever the case may be, do it. Find a way, and do not wait for your spouse to give you permission. It is not their job to give you permission. You need to give yourself permission. And 9 times out of 10, your spouse is going to be like, well, I never stood in your way of doing that. But you used them as an excuse to not take responsibility for your own health and wellness. And they're sitting over here like, I'm pretty sure I never told you you couldn't do those things. And if you do have a spouse that's telling you you can't do those things, or they complain and moan and groan when you take time for yourself, guess what? That's their problem. It's not their body. It's not their life. And you're the one that has to wake up every single day, look in the mirror, and look at that person and say, am I showing up big for myself every single day? Am I showing up in the most authentic way that I can for me? Because if I guarantee you, if you do that, then all the other relationships and all the other responsibilities that you have in your life, they will sometimes weed out of your life completely. And you realize, you know, I've gotten my power back, and I'm only going to surround myself with people who support that and appreciate that. Sometimes that happens. You know, just stay in your lane. It is not your job to do all these things for your family. You want to be there, yes. You want to help and support, yes. But if it's at the cost of you and your health and wellness, you're going too far and you do not have balance. And I'm speaking from experience. So if this is triggering to you, or you feel like I'm stepping on your toes, just know I was that. I did that. And I got to a point where I didn't even know if I wanted to be here. You know, my quality of life was so low, and my worthiness was so non-existent. I abused my body and I didn't care. And then one day I'm looking in the eyes and the faces of these three little boys who love their mama and want to play and get on the floor and wrestle and cuddle and all of the things that little boys want to do with their mamas. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't show up for them. And that broke my heart. And it really took seeing that and realizing that I couldn't do those things anymore to change. I faced losing everything, and I wanted my health back. I then grabbed onto my worthiness and said, I am worthy of this. I've got myself into this situation. I'm going to get myself out. And with the help and support of family and guidance of a pain specialist in St. Louis, which was key to my, recovery, I was able to crawl out of this hole. And so if you feel like you are in your own hole, the first thing you have to do is recognize that you got yourself there. It is no one else. No one else got you there. And you can have very strong circumstances going on around you, and you still are the one that got yourself there. And that means that's empowering to me. That's not shaming. That's not judging. That is you hold the power. You hold the power to get yourself out of the situation that you got yourself in. And that is exciting. You can make different choices. You can set certain boundaries. You can discipline yourself in certain areas. Little by little, this thing right here that we are on all the time, it can do so many things. It can schedule your food. It can schedule your workouts. It can remind you of them multiple times. You can have 2 reminders on that. You can have a do not disturb for about anything that you want. Do not disturb for work. Do not disturb for personal, for fitness. There's a setting for it all. So that cannot be your excuse. Utilize the things around you and the tools around you. And if you don't know what your why is, you need to find your why. You need to ask yourself, where will I be if I don't get this on track? Where am I going to be in a year? Where am I going to be in 5 years if I don't make some wholesale changes? And when I say wholesale changes, it's not like you have to, these are tweaks and shifts in how you eat, what you do with your body, your energy, what you put supplemental wise in your body, and then also the stories you attach to this behavior. If you're I'm in such bad shape, or I'm never going to get fit, I've never been known to be fit, or this is just going to take forever. I'm too old. I've had too many kids. I just don't have the time. My work is too demanding and I can't quit my job. I can't find another job because my wife and my family or my spouse depend on that. That may be true. That may be true, but there are a lot of jobs out there. There is a lot of options that you really do have in front of you, and it's going to be you willing to make those changes for the good of you. What is the use of having all the stuff that you work so hard for if you can't be in a good mental and physical state to enjoy it? And you can slap that pretty smile on your face all you want and fake it, but eventually that will catch up to you too. And when it does, you're having all these plates spinning in the air and they're going to come crashing down. So I pray you don't get to that point. You don't get that big of a wake-up call, and that this is enough of a sign. This is enough of a resonation to you that, okay, I'm pretty sure if I kept going down this path, I'm not going to be here, or the little bit that is left of me. I was dying a slow death inside of me. And I may have physically been there with my children, but I was not there not there at all. I wasn't present. I was in so much pain. I was in pain emotionally, mentally, anxiety like you wouldn't believe. I do talk a lot about my story a little bit more in detail on my webinar. And some of you have probably joined that workshop a couple of times, but I just encourage you, and this is really talking a lot about the intangibles of this process, because that is a game changer. You can have the greatest plan, you can have the greatest workout regimen, but if you don't have the mindset, your body's not going to go where your mind doesn't take it. And you're going to get frustrated and you're going to give up, and then you're going to feel defeated and unempowered. And then you're just going to be right back where you are, never get out of the situation you're in. And this life was not given to us to do that. We were given this life to experience. And this is all part of the experience, and to feel things, and to grow, and to fail, and to fall, and to get back up. It's fail 8 times, get back up 9. So if you've tried a million things and you're just at the end of your rope on what will work, look in the mirror and know that the answer is looking right back at you. It's not the plan, it's the person working the plan. So don't just poke a stick at it and see if it'll wiggle. Really commit to it. This is a 5-day thing. You're going to have little wins. But this is really a lifestyle of these principles that are going to get you further than you even knew was possible. And it is building these little habits upon little habits. People are going to start noticing a change in you in more ways than the physical. And you're going to find more joy in your life. You're going to feel more positive, more uplifted mood when you put the things in your body that are meant to be there to support life. So don't keep putting those things in your body that are just going to make you acidic and cranky. That's the way I look at when you put processed foods and quick things, things that you didn't make yourself, like whole foods. It's poison. It's poison. And your body can't function like that for long without really presenting a lot of issues. If you've already noticed, you might have migraines, you might have high blood pressure, you might have high cholesterol, depression, anxiety. There's so many things that with just these principles you're learning in this 5 days can resolve with consistency a lot of those things. And it to me is worth it. It's worth going through the discipline and the sacrifice. You're sacrificing in one way or the other. You're sacrificing joy and time with your family and that intimacy that you can have. Have you stopped even being intimate with your partner because you don't feel confident in your own skin and in your own body? Is your libido super jacked up because we don't have the proper balance of hormones, because our diet is all messed up, and we don't even know where to address that this diet is meant to balance those things. And if you have more extenuating circumstances, then having a coach help you identify those things and move through that and supplement those things with good product is also the way to go. Having support is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of wisdom. So anytime somebody reaches out and asks for my help, I respect them so much because they recognize the value in doing this. And they're not going to pretend that they're the smartest person in the room and that they know how to do it out of pride, or, you just don't want to put the money into it. Investing in yourself is the greatest investment that you can make, even better than any financial investment that you can make outside of you. You are the best investment. And until you believe that, you're going to spin your wheels and it's going to get frustrating. So I hope that this resonated with you guys, in that you understand that I come from a place of love, And I give a lot of tough love. Just ask my children. I do. And I do it with such, oh, I love so much. And I want it for people, but I can't want it more for you than you do. And so if you're kind of like, oh, how do I keep this going? You write down every day why you are doing what you're doing. Write down the things that you are grateful for and you appreciate. And you should be at the top of that list. I appreciate my willingness to grow. I appreciate my willingness to be uncomfortable for a little bit. I appreciate my receptivity to coaching and to trying something different and new and something that I have never thought about before. And that's a little scary because it's the unknown. I appreciate that God or universe or whatever you want to call it has put me in line with a particular person at this particular time. And you can try and make it logical, or you can just say thank you and go with it and be willing, being teachable, adaptable, and receptive to any and all coaching that can resonate with where you are at in your personal walk. So I do these breakthrough sessions with a lot of people, and I do start them now at this point in the 5-day challenge, because I did one yesterday, and they wanted more. They wanted more custom, dialed in, specific goals set, help attaining them. And I love to work with people who want to do that. And when it's a good fit, it's awesome. It's magic. So if you are curious about what that would look like, if you went even more dialed in of a process for you, or what would that look like? You're having some extenuating circumstances or issues in your health and your physical, and you want to talk about that, I'm going to put the link to my calendar in the comments or the description of this live. And I want you to schedule a time that works good for you and your schedule. And then there's just going to be a little intake form that you're going to fill out to help me know more of where you're at. And it's going to make the most of our time when we connect together. And I guarantee you that it's free. There's no strings attached. There is just exploration. And the what if, we can play the what if game. We can do the what if on the negative, like, what if I don't do this? What if this doesn't work? And what I like to do is change that statement to, but what if it does? What if this is the thing that finally turned that ship around for you and changed your life and your family's life and everybody that comes in contact with you forever? I'm just the type of person that shows up and shows up big. I have put down caring what other people think of me and what I do. And I just follow my gut, follow my heart. And I am an open book. I'm very transparent about my journey, about where I'm at. I'm not perfect by any means, but I do get it. I do understand, and I do know the steps to get out of that very, very dark place. And if you're not there, awesome. And you want to just really start you're getting older, or something happened, you just want to get healthier, you want to feel good, or you got a divorce and you want to get the revenge bod, whatever the case may be, I don't care. It's your journey. It's your contract with the universe. So your steps are written for you, and nothing's gone wrong. And everything is designed the way it is meant to be. Even if you feel like things are going bad and life is falling apart, you are exactly where you are supposed to be at this very moment. So, like I said, get your calendar out, see what session works good for you. It's about 30 minutes, but I don't cut it right off at 30 minutes. If we get to talking and we need to go longer, I would love to connect with so many of you. So please do so. And again, put in the group if you'd like to share. You can reply to the email. What's going well for you? what could you improve upon? And what do you need support on? Those three things, I would love to get your feedback and be able to help in every way that I can. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow, 10 a.m.